Hello. Hi, guys. Ophiuchus, I don't know why, but it seems that every time I do an Ophiuchus video, my baby has done his big loud barks and sing songs. And that happened to you guys again. And I was doing it live. And I try my best to edit out barks and things that would be disruptive. Sometimes it's not really possible. And in a live in particular, it can be difficult. So I wanted to make it up to you guys. I will still give you the free link to watch that original Ophiuchus video if some distant dog barks don't bother you too much. But I wanted to do right by you guys and make sure that I also got you a quiet video as well. So I will put the free link there in the description box. But in the meantime, let me just start kind of a fresh slate and we will see. Still going to go ahead and go with the inspiration of what's a kind of like a grand message for the month of September. And we have this Nine of Swords in the reverse. This could be a wonderful time to lay down worries, fears, stresses. This could be a time to unburden oneself. Hey, Tonic Star. This could be a great time for Ophiuchus to just relax their energy. We could have a Seven of Swords. Relax their energy. And if somebody wants to be a liar, let him be a liar. Not everyone has the capacity to be truthful. And if Ophiuchus is just in that mindset where it's like, you know what? I'm not going to let someone else's actions and behaviors give me a bad day. I'm not going to be stressed if I've discovered that someone is not the person I can, rely on and trust. Sometimes that's just the way it is. I can accept it as it is. We have a Three of Wands, which is, it's looking at the future. It's moving forward. We have the Five of Cups and we have the Three of Cups. I gotta say, for this storyline right now, it really looks like this could be the month where Ophiuchus just lets go of the distress about trying to figure out if somebody's telling them the truth or not. Because if they've already seen something that was a lie, instead of trying to rewrite history or erase it, I think Ophiuchus is instead saying, it is what it is. Somebody did tell me a whopper. Okay, but moving forward, I can do one of two things. I can move forward without them. Not a problem. It'll kind of suck, but if that's what I need to do to gain my peace of mind, there's a lot of other wonderful people to meet that are much more truthful. I don't think Ophiuchus wants to have to sit down with somebody and hammer out like, okay, so here's how I caught you in a lie and blah, blah, blah. I don't think Ophiuchus wants to sit down and have to deal with somebody on any great consistent basis to hold them to accountability. It's like they made their choice. They decided to lie. Okay. They can do without me. Kind of sucks, but they can do without me, and I will certainly do just fine without them. I can move on. There are other fish in the sea. There are other more truthful friends. There are other places to go that will be much more soothing. And I kind of think that this attitude of releasing during the month of September is going to really bring about, like, well, obviously, we have less stress because Ophiuchus has called it like it was. And they've made a decision based off of that. I think that's really nice to just see, hey, I'm moving forward. Hey, I'm going my way. We got a Seven of Cups upright. We have an Ace of Wands. Lot of other options. And Ophiuchus knows this. Putting their mind into the future, turning their back to things, and focusing more on what they can create, what they can make. This Ophiuchus could also start to fill their time with, I don't know, maybe going shopping at vintage stores, maybe doing some kind of arts and crafts. I don't know if they do things with jewelry or stained glass, but sometimes, the Seven of Cups is about options and opportunities. It can be about people we meet, but it can also be about activities and the things that, add value to our life. Things that are true, things that we can do, that we invest in, fun that can be had. Life is supposed to be enjoyable. Connecting with other people, and building trusting relationships with them should be enjoyable, not a consistent battle to get truth out of someone. If it's like having to squeeze, to get a single droplet of truth, I just don't think Ophiuchus is going to be into that. And although it sucks a little to leave that person behind or that situation behind, I kind of think the month of September is where Ophiuchus is like, yeah, but they'll have the bigger regret, not me. I'm going to call up some friends, spend time with people I feel like I can trust, and then start doing things, filling my life with shiny, happy things that I enjoy, things that, I don't know, I feel like this Ophiuchus likes things of high quality. So they might, engage in a little bit of thrift shopping or, like looking for treasures, go to those flea markets, they might be even an art critic or somebody that like they look for things that are like have a lot of value and have stood the test of time. And to me, that Seven of Cups has a lot of inspiration to it, but it also tells us what kind of person Ophiuchus is, what kinds of things that they value. What are they looking for? They are looking for something special, something magic, and they are looking for passion. I think if this is an Ophiuchus who is letting go of illusions and someone who could have been untruthful, I think they're just realizing how hungry they are to have, an actual passionate encounter that's truthful. Even if it's like, hey, this might be Mr. Right Now or Mrs. Right Now, not necessarily Mr. or Mrs. Right. But even that, in a truthful sense, I would love to kiss some gorgeous pair of lips. I would love to meet someone that I'm attracted to and vice versa. And we're honest with each other about what this is. Maybe we'll get to know each other. Maybe we'll be the ones to stay together forever. On the other hand, what I would take is just somebody that I can trust. That sounds really nice. Nine of Cups, yeah. And Nine of Wands. I do think that Ophiuchus is in this storyline, which by the way was completely opposite from the other storyline where my pup was barking, and quite disruptive. He was quite disruptive in that other storyline. I'm almost feeling like this is an Ophiuchus who wants to have a good time. It doesn't have to last forever per se, but they want to kick up their heels. They want to oh, what's the Whitney Houston song? Oh, I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with somebody who loves me. Still, I feel like it's a more lighthearted energy. And this is part of Ophiuchus knowing that I'm still healing. It did suck. It sucked to find out that somebody was a liar. However, at least it gives me the motive to move forward, and at least it lets me know I know that I'm looking for things that suit me, and one of the biggest things I need is truth. And then I want to explore passion. I want to have a good time. There's something about the integrity of saying what's true and what's real and being on the same page with somebody. What was the lie about? Because that part confuses me. Let's go back over here to that Seven of Swords. What was the lie about? Four of Cups, 10 of Cups, okay, and Princess of Swords. This actually could have been, it definitely looks like the Ophiuchus had to like find out. They had to like, not saying that they went spying, but they might have had to gather information. I don't know if somebody told them some lie about their situation, about where they lived, or if they told Ophiuchus this big, huge whopper of a lie. We're going to be happily ever after living together, when in fact this person could not have followed through on those promises. It looks like if Ophiuchus found out that somebody was untrue, that's the part maybe that sucked the most, is like, wait a minute, seriously? I had to find out like this? Well, yeah, I'm really sorry. I guess I didn't tell you the truth. And it's like, well, you sold me a bill of goods that we were going to have this 10 of Cups, and you don't actually have the ability to offer that to me. This could have been someone that, either maybe Ophiuchus feels like they were led on, but I would say that this person never was qualified to be able to offer the things. This is like, maybe this person pretended that they had money. They might have lived a whole fantasy land. Like maybe they were a fantasist, maybe they wanted to, there's that old saying, like, fake it till you make it, but that's more along the lines of, if you are having a bad day, but you go to work anyway and you put a smile on and you're like, I'm going to fake that it's a good day until finally, it feels I'm actually genuine. But you can't, you know, say that, oh, I'm a billionaire, and you actually don't have any money to pay your current rent, then that's just a liar, right? That's not faking it till you make it. You're a liar. And when you get found out that you don't have a house, you can't buy a house. In fact, you don't have a place to live right now. You can't make promises about, like, you know what, we're going to go buy a house together. Oh, Ophiuchus, we're going to move in together. So it could have been that this person was like a straight up fantasist, but in their mind, they were just trying to fake it till they make it. But it could have been like a whopper of an illusion. But they were selling themselves the illusion first and foremost, because they probably really wanted to have this happiness with Ophiuchus. But if Ophiuchus had to find that out, then it's like, okay, this is plumb crazy. You're just lying. You're a sea lion. I'm not laughing. It's just, this feels like, Ophiuchus, like, this is not what I signed up for. And that would make a lot of sense why they're saying, I'm walking away, because that is no way to handle things. You can't just tell whoppers of lies. So nope, I don't want to be around somebody that lies a bunch to me. What I'd rather be with is somebody who, they say they're attracted to me. They don't lie to me and say that they want to have a house with me when they don't have any money. It's okay if I meet somebody who simply says they think I'm super hot. I think they're super hot. Let's see where this thing goes for what it is. Maybe we give each other some love, some comfort, whatever it is. We have a few drinks. We enjoy each other's company. I'd rather have that. That'll feel more true, something I can trust a little bit better than someone who told me all sorts of beautiful things that didn't have an ounce of truth behind them. The one thing is, why did somebody lie to Ophiuchus? I see. My impression is that they actually wanted to have that happiness. Yeah, Knight of Cups, Three of Wands. It's like they claimed that they could offer all kinds of things before they actually could. I do think that that person from the past who turned out to have told a whopper of a lie, they did care about Ophiuchus. They were trying to move toward Ophiuchus. They did feel emotions for Ophiuchus, but in reality, it would have been not until somewhere down the road that they could have, cashed those checks, where they could have actually backed up what they said. I don't know if it was like, oh, and we'll, I have family here, and we'll fly there, and we'll go live in a castle in, my homeland, and I can't wait to, we'll have a huge wedding and blah, blah, blah. I mean, they could have really laid it on pretty thick, but it was more like they were, a future faker. It's like, oh, in 3 years from now, if everything else goes right, someday I might be able to back up a little bit of what I said. But I do think that they really cared about Ophiuchus. But gosh, that was a sticky situation for them to try to, push all of these things that they couldn't make good on. And no wonder Ophiuchus doesn't really want anything to do with that. It's a bummer, but now at least they're like, well, at least I figured it out. So let me jump back over and say, so if Ophiuchus is going to be moving forward, perhaps with somebody else completely different, we have the moon. The future is unwritten. Who knows how it will really turn out? This is, Ophiuchus is ready to have a good time, a better time, meet somebody, have some drinks. They're ready, and they are working on healing from this. But this says Ophiuchus doesn't know what's up ahead. Nobody does, which is always the case. But we have a beautiful Six of Pentacles. We have the Hierophant, which is a marriage. And then we have the Two of Swords. Okay, so hang on, because this is the one thing. If this is kind of the snapshot of what could potentially come to pass throughout the month of September. Ophiuchus moving on, determined to have a good time. They could actually meet somebody that's amazing. But this could all be coming in a bit too fast, because we saw Ophiuchus with that Nine of Wands. They're still kind of healing from stuff. They may not realize that on the heels of having the courage to walk away from somebody that was a bit of a future faker, then telling themselves, you know what, I do need to heal from this, but I'm not going to sit around and mope. I'm going to get out there and meet awesome people. If Ophiuchus has the incredible good fortune to actually meet the right person, somebody solid, somebody real, somebody who wants to offer them something, someone who it could lead to marriage. But Ophiuchus is like, I don't want to talk about that right now. That is one thing that is perhaps to be mindful of. That Two of Swords, if we block an incredible blessing because we're convinced that we still need more time to heal, this, I would just say, for Ophiuchus to not unwittingly imagine that, I'll just have a bit of a fun with somebody, but then that person is really real and true and they're freaking much and they want to offer something real to Ophiuchus. And Ophiuchus is like, oh yeah. I know all about the future faker. Let's not tell each other that. We're just having a little bit of a good time together. Let's not pretend that we're, it's a little too soon for me to hear somebody say that they really want to offer me something amazing. If Ophiuchus rolls their eyes, they could be blocking a really good thing. Not everyone will be a future faker. And I kind of feel like this is the big message on this is for Ophiuchus to, keep that in mind. I mean, all the way up until this point, I totally get it. Like this Ophiuchus is just focusing on, they're not bitter, they're moving forward. It was a bit of a head trip, but to their credit, they're, very powerful. They're moving forward in their life. But the one thing is, hopefully Ophiuchus doesn't do an amazing person wrong by dismissing them simply because they're a little bit unwilling to believe in in people's words just yet. So it just says give everyone a fair chance. there's my Aries. He still has to sing in every Ophiuchus video. Nat Louise, so great to see you. Hey Starly. All right guys, I'm going to bounce out of here. Take care. Thanks so much. Bye. No